It's very old.
I remember when I was like 16, I saw Moto's brother in a club, and I was like, "Yo!" And that's what my friend's like much older brother.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was out at a club. He was shocked. He was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" I was like 16.
What do you mean I run the place, bro?
It's my day.
I'm promoting tonight. I swear, it's probably true.
You grew up too quick. Like
Andy
you were like 40 by the time you were 18. You're run down.
I digressed.
Yeah,
Run down.
Run down.
You're
You're
a tough
over it.
life,
Yeah.
man.
You did it all too early.
Yeah.
We watched it.
Is that a new hat, or is that a Joe's hat?
That's a Christmas present from Joe.
It looks too new to be Joe's hat. But
All my stuff looks new.
it's like worn twice. That's like
Maybe.
never been worn at all.
I've worn this on this podcast, in fact, Dan, but thanks for noticing.
Maybe people can double check that, because luckily we have.
I'm sure they will.
I've worn this hat on this podcast.
Have you?
before.
Kapama?
Kapama.
What is Kapama?
It's a game reserve
Africa.
in South Africa.
Yeah.
In Kruger.
Why do you have to make it, Andy?
Here we go again.
You don't have to be.
Here we go again.
God.
Wonderful
He's
stuff.
like the male version of like Tomb Raider. You know, and
I can see
he
that.
just
This
This
always
is my
broods.
sidekick Warhol.
No,
What
it's
is
not
it?
Narwhal.
Narwhal, you
Oh my
idiot.
gosh.
Warhol is a-
Narwhal.
You're such an idiot.
The famous
So, happy Friday. Andy's been drinking.
Andy Narwhal.
Honestly, I'm exhausted.
Andy
We had a little
Narwhal.
dinner party last night that I didn't really do anything. But I threw it, but I didn't do anything. And
Sure
I'm
you did.
exhausted from
You
it, cleaning
did.
up.
did everything.
Cooking and
And-
cleaning.
And I baited my good buddy Navid into coming to do a solo friends podcast.
Back again.
So
Thank you
Navid
for having me.
Darouian, Dr. D, baby.
Dr. D.
Yeah.
Second time.
Yeah,
Second
wow.
special moment.
How
for
did
me.
you guys? It's amazing. That,
He's been here before, so we know.
no, I know, but it's just so cool that like he's like
I've
a
also known
full-fledged
him.
doctor. I
Yeah,
know.
for-
You guys been friends since the second grade, right?
Yeah, quick
No,
recap.
longer.
Preschool.
We're 33 years of friendship now.
Yeah.
33
33
years. It's longer than most marriages.
Well,
What do you mean? That's
Yeah.
definitely longer than most marriages.
What?
too,
Yeah.
too soon.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's very long. Yeah, a long time.
Sorry. Didn't
But-
mean to pour salt in any wounds.
Beautiful friendship, still going strong.
He's the worst. He's the worst. He just is.
Ugh.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so Doctor, I got.
In
In fact, with my age now, even if I got married tomorrow, I don't think I could possibly have a
All right, let's
relationship that
move
long. I think
on.
I would just
All right.
die before I reached
no,
it.
you could, dude. You could. Hey, hopefully we'll all live a long
It's
time.
130.
I want to live. Wait, I was.
No.
You know what's crazy? I was listening to something on
By the way,
Instagram, but it was
Sorry to interrupt, but why did we sit Joe next to Navid, the doctor?
I know.
Joe is
I mean,
now
I
going to be
know.
asking
Joe
all
is-
these
Joe is
health questions. Hey, could you feel this little bump in my neck?
before
Navid?
the end of the
Before you
dinner.
know it, Joe will be bending over and
Yeah.
handing Navid gloves.
Joe is emailing
I'm ready.
Navid his medical charts.
I
Just
always,
to
he already
cross-
has it.
I
He
got 'em
knows.
all. We're
He
ready
knows.
to go.
He knows. He
check.
knows. No, but I was watching that they said, believe it or not, that anybody born after like 1985 or something like that has an ability to live well past 100.
There's some crazy things that could be coming.
Right? That's
people,
what they're.
people are living longer, but honestly, I don't know if you want to.
Right.
Quality of life is not
Yeah.
so good during those
Right.
past 100 years. I think it's a cool feat, but again, a lot of people talk about it and want it, but I see the other side of it. I don't know if you really want it. I'd rather
Yeah.
live a beautiful life, but
Quality.
not just hanging on
Right.
just to say you're hanging on. But
Right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I've seen a very few. What is it that they call the centurions? What do they call them?
Centennials.
There it is.
Yeah.
I've
The
seen
Centurions.
I've seen a few
those
of
are
them.
Warriors.
I've seen a few of them
Yeah.
that have these giant headpieces. No, I've seen a few of them that
My
really
gosh.
are still with it, and I think have some sort of quality. But the majority, you're right. It's like it's almost scary. You're like, wow. It's like you're watching death in front of your eyes. It's
Wow,
really
it's
weird.
grim.
Yeah,
It is.
no,
It's very weird.
There's so much beauty to it.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah, to be honest,
Thanks.
because you kind of when you see it from a different perspective that I do, which is sad a lot of times, like
Yeah.
the quality of life of an individual, death is actually freedom for a lot of
Yeah.
individuals. No more pain, no more suffering. So you kind of have a different, when you're in my world, you don't see death the same way a layperson does. Like I actually see beauty in it now that you're free. You
Right.
see so much pain.
I struggle with the concept of death.
Me too.
We should
So
hang
maybe I
out
should.
more.
Yeah,
Well,
we should. We should come.
I'll get you
okay,
loving it,
yeah,
man.
well, you'll be.
I'm gonna get you loving death.
But no, I've heard this. I've heard that that it's not it's not the stereotypical experience of of what you're saying. It's a release. It's a whole
and
thing.
especially
so,
when
yeah.
you have like hopefully, we all have families down there. When you have a family around you in your last moments, it really is beautiful.
That's true.
It's like
Absolutely.
It's like you're free. It's a goodbye to
Yeah.
this universe. You had lived a good life. Again, there are horrific times of death. Let's not pretend like that's
right.
Let's not
This
pretend.
is awful. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'll never be the same.
Got so bad.
But on the top of 100-year-olds, usually it's a peaceful way.
What's I guess can you answer what's like a crazy thing? Medical school must have been interesting, huh?
Oh, we're not talking about stuff like that. Let's just skip that. I mean, everything you think he's asked me, everyone else does all the time, and it's like 100 times worse.
I guess it's true.
So,
Wow.
yeah,
I think you get off easy with me. I don't really ask you a lot. What?
no comment.
See, dude, you're such a
We don't want to cross any HIPAA
Yeah.
laws
Yeah,
here.
no comment.
That's
No
good.
comment.
hippo laws with our centurions.
Yeah.
You know, those people that live to.
The cinnamon sugar sticks.
Yes.
So those
No,
are churros.
those are which are really good, by the way. Not great for you though. Churros.
Well, nothing's good for you anymore.
Yeah, not great for you. Yeah. So you've been now you practice. Well, you know,
Hold.
what?
Mom?
Hey, Mom,
Mom! I hear you, Mom.
we're in the middle of a podcast.
making a podcast.
Hi, Donna.
Thank you.
And maybe hold off from whatever you're doing in the kitchen.
What does she do up there all day? Joe, what does Mom do up there all day?
Oh, boy. I was trying to rack my brain of some old stories that I could tell from our
Well, that's
past,
good, and
but
I'm glad
Yeah.
you did your
I
prep.
don't, I don't think there are any, really.
Great.
I mean,
you
I
can tell.
appreciate you all for having me over last night.
Yeah,
I
it was a
mean,
good time.
You just want to talk about last night? That's
It was
it.
fun.
well, I
was
think
fun.
the audience needs to know what it's like to actually be at one of the Lawrence family dinners. I mean, we hear what's going on in Hollywood these days. Not with you guys. Not with you
No,
guys.
I mean, you did have to wear all white, and
Yeah.
it did get strange after.
Oh, no, the party within the party.
I mean, it's pretty classic. I mean, like beautiful decorations everywhere,
Thank you.
beautiful meal.
Yes.
We have our nameplates everywhere. Everyone's so happy to see each other. And then, you go around the table. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? Then you turn to Matt. Hey, Matt, how are you doing? And a moment I'll never forget. Life's going. Just last night, I became the pack leader of a group of coyotes in the neighborhood.
That's true.
And it's just like, what?
Oh my
I love
God,
that you bring
yes.
that up.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got footage of
You
them
got
today
footage?
because
Oh,
they were
Lord.
with me
Oh
Yeah.
God.
on my walk this
Matt's
morning.
been-
Matt's been
basically-
self-proclaimed Coyote
No,
King.
I've been
Yes.
I've
He
been
runs
accepted
a-
by
He's
the
Tiger King
of the
Really is.
neighborhood.
Coyote King.
He's like,
Yeah,
we
that's what I
roamed
said,
San Fernando Valley for about
self-proclaimed
3.5 hours
It's
last
true.
night. Me and my coyote.
It's so true.
like,
Hold on, let's just be clear that it's like two mangy coyotes
No,
and
no,
one
no.
with a terrible limp.
No,
Yeah.
it's
That
four.
Matt is
It's
the
four.
king of.
It's four coyotes and one
the
got-
leader.
Yeah, the leader
Nobody
of
else
the,
would take
of
them.
the rat pack.
You guys. are
Nobody
so
else would. You look back, the missing teeth, begging for food.
me? Would you be part of our pack? Oh, what are they? We got kicked out of every other group. It's like, all right, you'll be part of my pack now.
They're eating old leftovers and
Yeah,
sleeping in the driveway.
Oh,
the
the
misfits, of course. That's
the replacements.
the replacements. No, but they're so two of them are absolutely gorgeous. The alpha male and female are gorgeous, huge. They look like little wolves. They do not look like coyotes. And then there's a fourth that's a little bit younger, and then there's a third that is.
That was a
What happened to the
strange.
third?
Well, wait, I'm
Why did
getting
you
there.
just skip
I
them?
know. Why
Because
did it
the
go?
fourth, because this is kind of
Why-
the way that the order of the pack goes. There's the
Matt
two
knows the
alpha
hierarchy
knows.
of the pack
Then
already.
the third one, who was obviously third in command, got hit by a car
Oh.
and broke its back end. So that's how I got accepted into the pack.
Because Matt is driving
my
the car.
Oh no, no!
I wanted into this, and I knew if I took out three,
one
that
foggy,
I would replace
one foggy
three.
night on Beverly Glen.
Yeah.
I know. So I was
That's why
walking.
he's spending time with them because
so
he's
bad.
trying to rehabilitate. the
Trying to make up for the fact that I know.
Here's what's crazy. I
No.
took them out, but the alpha leaders don't know it was me. So I
I pulled around the block before I got out on
infiltrated,
foot.
right? Oh.
No. So that's the way. The reason why I was able to hang out with them and stay up with them is because the injured one was much slower than the rest of the pack.
Okay.
And
But you
I
roam around with them? You
well,
like
I
walk
literally
with them?
I was walking. I take walks every day and every morning and every night. And this night, sure enough, I come across the wounded one, and the pack was hiding in a yard.
Matt. Okay.
So why are you guys laughing at this? It's totally 100% true story. So They were combing the neighborhood, and so
With
I
no
combed
legs,
the neighborhood with them. And sure enough, they accept me to the point where they come up and they smell my hands. They know my smell. And then I'm allowed to walk with them through the neighborhood. And again, today, they joined me. And because everyone was like, is this real?
When you said 3.5 hours last night,
It's true.
I died. Like, what were you doing?
It's
Why are
true.
you hanging out coyotes for 3.5
Because
hours?
it's a magical, mystical experience when you get accepted by the wild pack. And I don't know. I started on my walk I'd say about 9:15, and I didn't get back to about 12:30. 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was that long. We went all over. I mean, miles and miles and miles all over the neighborhood. But I don't know.
Miles and miles.
Yeah.
Digging in people's trash.
I know. Matt's with
Hey, leave us alone. Get out of my trash.
Look.
You want me to sick my boys on you?
So check it out. Check it out. They were with
Gunner,
me.
weapon,
Look up
attack.
in front of the two of them, and they go and hop up into the yard as soon as a
running
car
away.
was coming. No, they're not running away.
Yeah.
They're not running away. They're not running away. They're hopping up because a car comes up, and they hop up into the neighbor's yard.
Whoa.
See?
Wow.
Nice jump.
They actually.
So, and they hide. I know their whole routine now.
Yeah, they hide in the
They
bushes.
hide in yards while other people in cars come, but they're totally cool with me now. They have officially accepted me as not being a threat. They haven't accepted me maybe into their pack,
Like to
but,
talk
but
about
I'm not.
feelings,
but they know
they
that
let
I'm
me
not
hang
a
out.
threat, and so I know I'm not supposed to feed them, so I won't.
Yeah.
Have you?
Oh,
No, I haven't. I won't. I don't cross that line because I can actually put them in jeopardy. I understand why you're not supposed to feed wild animals, because you can actually put their health in jeopardy, because they will now, if they rely too much on you, they become
know.
too dependent on human food, then maybe they'll go up to other people, in which case they'll probably get shot or removed from the neighborhood, and I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
So,
I have a colony of squirrels that I
well,
feed.
we know about the squirrels, yes.
I like walk in the door and there's literally 3 squirrels right outside
Get
staring
ready,
at me.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
14 iguanas around this household. Now we have coyotes joining
Yep.
us. This
Yep.
you guys are We Bought a Zoo.
Yeah, we
this
are.
household is We Bought a Zoo.
I'm gonna buy a zoo at some point.
You already
Matt
have one.
already has. Yeah.
already
Matt
have
Well, I
is
have
a
my own zoo, but I'm gonna buy a big zoo someday.
Oh Lord.
God.
Don't worry, Joe. There'll be a room for you in there.
And I'm going to
Yeah.
rehabilitate the
Just-
entire zoo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the animals out of the cages and put the humans in the cages.
Hope.
That's called kidnapping. That's
No, what I mean is when you enter,
like a hostage
when you
situation.
enter the zoo,
Nobody wants that.
He's
enter-
really
Yeah,
a turned
I know.
coyote
Yeah, it's a
leader.
when you
terrible.
enter the zoo,
Those people are never getting out.
humans
What?
will always be the ones in
You'll
the
be in
enclosures.
small
You'll
cages,
walk in.
and the
Oh.
animals will pay money to see you. Huh?
Wait a minute. That's actually interesting. So you walk through the enclosures as a human.
In a cage, and the animals have most of the room. That's the way it should have been anyway. Like
Absolutely.
That's
you
a
go
better
under,
way to phrase it than how
Way
you said
better.
it the
like you
first
go,
time.
you
Instead
walk
of
like
the
That's the
humans are
thing.
being
Yeah,
cages.
we're
you walk in
caging
an
you.
underground tunnel. Right? Check how cool this would be too,
Underground
as the
tunnel,
experience.
God.
Right? You walk in like a little underground tunnel, and then you come up above ground, and you're in like a big rock with windows all around it, and
That's
you're
kinda
right in the
cool.
middle of the lion pride. So the lions can
Wow.
come right
That's
up.
cool.
Yeah, and then I want to do interact. They already have certain zoos have already been starting to do this, where they have overnight stays, but your hotel room is a glass wall to the tiger enclosure, so you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And the tigers are sleeping right there by your
like
bed,
badass.
but
Yeah.
between a big pane of glass.
Wait, they have places like this?
There
Yes,
are
they do.
very few,
Yeah.
but I want to do that. I want to do it in a big scale here in one of the major cities in the U.S. I think
That
it'd
would be
super cool.
huge.
I'd be huge.
Why
Can you
hasn't it
imagine?
been done, you think?
Because I think for the longest time,
You're playing with your
Yeah, why are you
gum.
rolling your gums?
it's like a tiny little booger.
Oh my God.
No, it's I don't know why, but I think for the longest time, it just put the animals in the cages, and that was the way people thought most of the time. The safari park in San Diego was a big movement to change that, where the animal enclosures are mostly large acreage that
They are.
you get to
They are.
experience. But that's very
It's a pretty
rare.
cool place over there.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I do like the safari park.
Yeah.
But still, like, I don't understand. You go to the best zoos in the world, I won't name any of them, and you go to the primate enclosures, and you could tell that these animals are not happy.
Yeah.
They're not getting the enrichment that they need in life. These are highly intelligent social creatures, and to have them locked up like that, without trees. Oh, the best part is when you see the trees in the enclosures, but they've got barbed wire around the trees so that the trees can't be climbed.
I know.
That to me is the worst situation you can have. You either take the trees out, but if you got an ape in a enclosure that literally it's designed to climb trees, and you don't let them climb the trees, that's like, come on, that's
So much torture.
so much torture. Yeah. So that kind of stuff, I would love to change, and I think you would people would get a better experience with these animals because they'd be exhibiting more natural behavior,
Absolutely.
which is way more interesting to watch anyway than just going to see a basically a bored animal in a cage. That's no fun.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So
I'd
that's
rather
my
go
goal.
see bored humans. That's why I'm going to cage them.
Yeah.
What, Matt? That's
Well, there's
not...
such a thing as a Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is
It's doing
it's an
terrible.
NFT,
Lost so much money.
the crypto that has
The
literally
NF
fallen off
the
of a
NFTs
cliff.
ain't going anywhere.
Oh yes, they are.
Oh,
People don't
no.
realize this.
Oh no.
If you guys want to go get some lunch, we'll just let Matt
No,
continue.
this is the one thing I'm with him on
Yeah, I know.
because
Yeah. It's a
we have the
technology.
same investments. So when
Yeah.
you have the same investments with someone, it's like the best bond you can have.
It's
'Cause
true.
we are both extremely depressed at the same
NFTs?
time together, or extremely
Extremely-
happy.
Do you like
So
NFTs?
true.
And it's just no, I don't have NFTs.
Well,
but
yeah,
in
that's
the
what he's
crypto
talking
world.
about.
Here's the problem. Everybody got excited about the NFT being a brand, as in a Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they bought these punks and they bought these apes, which are almost like Pokemon cards in a sense.
Yeah, they are.
But what people have failed to realize is that the NFT technology is basically a certified contract on the blockchain in which your home mortgage will be an NFT
Right.
on the blockchain, your car, your homeowner insurance, your medical, your health care, all these things will actually be on an NFT contract on the blockchain.
What about the NFC?
Yeah.
That's
No
fun.
one freaking cares.
Yeah.
Wow.
NFC. Yeah.
There
So
you
that's where
go.
people got totally misunderstand what
I get it.
NFT actually means.
It's very. They're very
I agree with you. I don't
misunderstood.
think what NFT, when it first got major adoption, what people thought it was were these
Yeah.
kind of trading card
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
type.
no.
That is that's they're never going to reach those $1 million
people paid-
valuations.
You
millions,
guys-
paid millions
million.
for things
Bieber
that are literally
paid
worthless.
1.4 million. I think it's maybe worth 50 grand right now.
Oh God.
Speaking of trading
Okay.
cards, one of the biggest stings in my life is the loss of my Pokemon card collection.
You had an epic Pokemon.
I had the most
collection.
epic Pokemon card.
Whatever happened to
collection.
that collection?
It's gone.
Really?
And I found
That's a
an old.
shame, dude. Those things are
Tell me
worth
about it. And I found
more
an
than
old.
NFTs.
No way. Really? I didn't know this. No way.
Oh, is that sarcasm?
Um,
It looks good on you, Ann.
I found an old box. I found an old box. I opened it up. First edition Pokemon card
Wait, really?
box.
No.
I opened the
And
box.
it's empty.
It's empty.
Oh!
No.
And that could have been your retirement
That's
fund.
it.
I know.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Because you know you can't depend on the union.
Wow, you lost it or you sold it? What happened?
It was stolen.
By
Along with-
who?
I don't know.
Where? What's the context of the story?
It's
I
a
know.
long.
It's
What is the
who's
context?
stealing from
You need to start to question
Yeah.
a few other
Yeah.
friends that you have
Yeah,
in this
what's-
little friend
what's
group.
going on
you-
here?
Yeah.
When we were, my theory is that when I was young and we were moving out of our family house at Rancho, there was a discrepancy with the moving company, and
Yeah.
it was a very big house, and there was like 14 moving trucks, no joke, and 3 of them
Disappeared.
disappeared,
Yeah.
and one of them
Yeah, it's
happened
true.
to be all of my stuff,
It's
Oh,
true.
shit.
and I think
Yeah.
the Pokemon cards were on that truck.
Yeah, it's true. I'll tell you why. It's because there was, when you do these sort of things, there was a negotiated price. And then there was a dispute because they said we went way over the negotiated price. So they withheld part of our belongings.
They just took it?
They just took it. And I don't even know if it's legal.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Definitely
It
not.
doesn't
legal.
sound like it.
No.
But that's what they did.
No.
And then, of course, come towards the end of this story, we never got some of the stuff back.
Did not. No.
There goes it. There goes all your money.
I know.
There it is. How did you know you wanted to be a doctor? I know it's sort of a non sequitur question, but I've always been interested to know,
X-Men.
really? X-Men?
No, but I kind of like where you're going with that. You know, Beast was always my favorite X-Men character.
that's
So
true.
He was
sure.
always Beast. Yeah.
Liam Shriver.
I don't know. I wrote something down when I was in
Played
first
Beast.
grade saying I wanted to be a doctor, and then I just carried it through.
Really?
Like I think it was just one of those things where I decided this is going to be me,
Okay.
and I just went with it. I never really had a moment where I was like, oh, I have to do this because of XYZ. There was no logic behind it. I just went through with it, and then in high school we always said I was going to be a doctor, so I just felt
Yeah.
like I had that.
That's
Like,
so cool.
This is my role. This is my identity. I'm going to go after it. So
Cool.
I did
How
it.
how was schooling for it?
Well, I went to school in Arkansas, so that was not the best time of my life. No offense, I love the state, but it was very hard to leave LA, leave all of you guys. So those
We
were-
we all came and visited a bunch.
literally not one of you visited. Not one.
Ever?
Not one.
Nobody.
Friend,
Really?
Not one friend visited me.
Oh,
My brother didn't visit me. My parents came once.
Oh my gosh.
No one visited me.
Is this for your graduate work or is this for your actual schooling?
Med school, for actual med school.
Med school,
No
wow.
one visited me the whole time. They always said
Wow.
it. Andy called me a lot.
Yeah.
You never once came.
No.
Wow.
But it wasn't just me. that
Note
did
to
No.
it.
self, all you
Yeah,
kids out there, if
yeah.
you're going away to school,
Yeah.
maybe not Arkansas.
Yeah, no one will come. No one will come visit you. But yeah, I mean, it worked out. I guess I'm back
Yeah,
here.
no,
you
it's
know,
great.
We're happy with my career. But yeah, we've been through a
You're
lot.
married, right?
No.
No,
Oh, you're not? But you're
Yeah,
engaged, right?
Engaged.
Okay, engaged. Okay,
There you
okay.
go,
Well, you're
there
wearing a
you
ring.
go.
He's wearing a
I
ring.
wear a ring. We've been engaged for like 4 years.
Oh,
So
my
it's one of
goodness.
Wait, you've been
those-
engaged for 4 years?
3 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's
Okay.
that working out?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, like, it's safer, I guess, in this day and age.
I
To
understand
again,
that.
no offense, not yeah. I guess we have 2 targets here. I could call
Two
out.
targets, yeah, you very
no, you're
easily.
right.
No
You're right.
offense,
You
so
could literally
not-
fire an arrow in
yeah,
any direction, it would
yeah,
hit one of us, let me tell you.
I think it's like one of those things for me. Unless there's kids getting involved and she's not ready, I don't really care. You know,
Got
once
it,
we're
got
ready
it,
for
got it.
that stage. But,
Okay.
Yeah, we went through it because when all of our friends all of a sudden started having kids and getting married. Aaron, Moto, Jay-Z, everyone just started. So like we were going through a lot of pressure to start feeling like we got to find someone.
Mhm.
He had the support from his brothers that kind of told him to slow down and calm down, and I think he kind of always shared that with me, that don't rush into this thing. And here we are. I'm not rushing, but we're happy.
It's good you're not rushing because, the whole Ukraine thing.
Yeah.
God, Jesus. What is your nationality exactly? Guys, I meant Rushing. SHING, you idiots.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I'm going for the low-hanging
I
fruit
know,
today,
I know.
guys.
We're just
Be really a
Low
sensitive
hanging
issue.
fruit.
though.
we're just reaching. I love
I
it.
know, we are.
Uh-uh.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
man,
cool.
look,
Hey,
honestly,
Yeah.
you know what? There is no right or wrong way. It's really just whatever you feel, and obviously imperfection is, wow, is that a pretty much overlying theme for life? And that's okay. You have to accept that and understand that.
It's beautiful, just like death. But you are very lucky because Katie's dope.
She's great.
Yeah.
She seems great.
That's the funny thing. Like when we were struggling about what do we do, I'll never forget the conversation I had with you, because we felt forced to find our wives, join the club, get married. And I remember I just told Andy one day, and I think this is like about life in itself too. I told Andy one day, I give up. I'm not going to focus on finding a wife anymore. I am dedicating my whole life to golf. That was my mindset.
that's awesome.
Like that's all I'm going to do. And I remember him telling
Well-
me, you're an idiot, but okay. Like, do you. Stop focusing on the chase. Focus on your life. Focus on your passion. And so I dedicated my whole life to
Focus
golf.
on the swing,
And-
not the chase.
Navid actually became a very good golfer in a pretty short. I mean, we always swung the irons,
but I never like.
But he was
played.
never like a really good golfer, and he became a very good golfer.
And what happened? 3 months later, after I dedicate my life to golf, I start dating a former college
I was about to say,
golfer.
she's like a pro golfer.
Our second date, we golfed together, and she's like hitting
Unbelievable.
250
She's an
yard
amazing
balls,
golfer.
like killing it.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
if I didn't dedicate my life to golf, I would have been so embarrassed. Like
You never
just
would've-
shit, never
It's
would have
true.
gone the third date.
Wow.
So like life's weird like that. Just focus on your thing.
It's so true.
and then good things happen.
It's
Like,
so
don't
true.
Force it.
It
Don't
is.
force
That
it.
is 100% true. It's actually it's a law in physics.
It
the more
is.
you chase something, the more something will run.
That's right.
And the more that it's action
It's law of
reaction.
attraction.
It's amazing, right? When you push something, what happens? It goes away. When you back off, what happens? You attract towards you. So when you just go in a direction like yourself, focus on your own
Bring
thing.
it in, bring it all in,
That's
focus
it.
on you, and then the right thing will
That's
happen.
how it works.
That's life, right?
That
now.
is how
It's-
life
it's
works.
weird. I don't know if you want to call it God,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, whatever.
universe,
Oh, yeah.
whatever you want to call
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's just how it works. Let it come to you. Do your thing. Do your mission. Good things will happen.
Very
I
true.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That little flamingo on there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get a
Wait, no,
flamingo
it's on
action.
Matt's
I got
side.
it.
Let Matt
I
do
got
it.
it.
Let Matt do it. It's very touching.
Oh, we
Yay.
forgot to have our flamingo.
Now we're cooking, guys.
Now we're
Now
ready
it's
to
a
go.
podcast.
Oh,
Ready to
God,
go.
you're the
A
worst.
little fluorescent flamingo.
Now we can
Not
start
on.
to sift through salty brine.
Oh God.
That's what flamingos.
Isn't
eat.
that what makes them?
It makes them pink?
Pink, yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Makes them pigs. They eat all the shrimp, right?
Yeah, these little tiny brine.
You ever see them walk? They're fascinating. The way they kick up their little.
Have you seen the way they feed their babies?
Oh
No,
yeah.
how do they have?
It
how do
looks
flamingos
like
feed it?
blood because
Yeah.
it's that bitter orange liquid that they
Yeah.
like. It looks like blood. It literally looks like
regurgitate blood.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That is awesome.
And that's what the babies eat.
Wow. Do you hear Shmi
Yeah,
snoring?
this is full on.
It's almost like, you know how you do this?
snores.
You know, you do,
Yeah.
Trying to talk through the snoring.
What do you
and
mean? It's
That's right,
relaxing.
You guys live in a zoo.
It's not
it's-
Nick
relaxing.
needs a dog.
I
He
love a
gets
dog.
it.
So
What kind of
it's-
dogs do you have?
I have two. I have a German Shepherd Husky,
Great.
rescue, and then a little golden doodle. So.
Oh, no way.
That's
Yeah,
great. I want to get a couple
let's
of dogs,
Let's
man.
see pics. Oh,
Hey.
Gorgonzola and Columbo, my baby.
what are they called?
Gorgonzola and Columbo.
Corgi!
The Corgi, my
I
boy.
love it,
Yeah.
dude. Great
Gorgonzola.
name.
Is that? Do you have a love of that kind of cheese?
I
or-
actually hate blue cheese. I
Me
refuse
too.
to
Yeah,
eat blue
me
cheese.
too.
because
I
gorgonzola
won't
in
eat it.
particular really smells.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
won't eat it.
Me too.
So I don't know why I chose that, but I did.
I like it.
and
Did you
Wow.
really? You just
I won't eat gorgonzola.
no, but you chose gorgonzola.
Mhm. There's no logic to any of my life decisions, but it
Gorgon.
works out. You
Wow.
Yeah,
Just, you just keep
okay.
doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're going to be a doctor because you claimed it. You're going
Yeah.
to be a golfer because you
Yeah,
claimed
do
it.
it.
And you have a dog named Gorgonzola because you claimed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's worked out.
Wow.
So since we saw Donald share this story, a little bit of emotional story.
Okay.
So I named my dog Gorgonzola just because I'm an idiot. Like, let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
So we call him Gorgi for short. And I didn't know this, but I'm Persian. In Farsi, that's like a cute way of calling a dog Wolfie.
Oh,
Wait.
Really?
Yeah, which
Really?
I didn't even realize. And then
What?
so I tell my mom I adopted a dog, and she's like, "What are you talking about?"
That's
And then I
crazy.
tell her the name, and she like starts crying,
What?
like crying her eyes out. And I'm like, "What are you? What did I do? Did I do something wrong?"
Yeah. Well, you've been a
Apparently-
bad son. We
Well,
heard
we
that.
know
We
that,
heard
but-
horribly disappointing.
Thank you.
Very important in the
Thank
Persian
you.
culture. He's been a
Yeah,
real
I'm a
disappointment.
failure.
No,
Just
his
kidding.
parents love.
I
no.
know they love
Yeah,
you.
they
Dude.
love you
How
so
could you not be
much.
proud? You're a damn doctor.
Yeah.
But
You're
anyways,
responsible. You've gotten your life together. You're a great example for all of us.
so apparently her dog growing up, she called Gorgie.
No!
Yeah.
Really?
Like
Goodness.
insane.
Wait a minute.
The world is so
What?
weird. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't
Bro,
know.
that's crazy.
It's the full circle.
Wow.
Like now they're
Gorgie.
like best friends. They love each other. So it's so
That is.
yeah.
I love that.
It was like the best Mother's Day gift I've ever given her, and I had no idea.
That's amazing.
I just,
How do you do this? Please
yeah,
give us your
yeah,
secret.
I just fall into
I
stuff.
love that.
It's
man.
amazing.
Speaking of falling into stuff, should I tell my favorite story of growing up with you? Is this
Ooh,
the
have you
moment?
not already told it?
I don't think I told the Disneyland story.
I think we've
Whoa.
told that story.
I
What
don't
is
think
that
we
story?
told the Disneyland story.
Hey, he's a doctor.
No,
He's a learned.
last time you were on the pod.
I don't think we talked about the Disneyland.
I've told the story before, but
You
go
might
ahead.
have told it,
We
but
can
I
tell
don't,
it
I don't think
again.
Did you
anybody
tell it?
remembers.
We can
it.
go down memory lane.
I don't know.
I'll just say
We
quick-
can go down memory
The fun thing
lane.
is, you know those when we always talk about like the old school days when kids would like ride their bikes and walk around the neighborhood, and
Yeah.
my group of friends, which Navid was always, we were always in the same group of friends. That's what we did.
Of
Yeah.
course.
We really did that.
Yeah,
stuff.
so did I.
Dude,
I
so did
know,
we.
man, but we did
We all
it.
did. We all
We
did
really
bikes.
did it.
No, but we really did.
We did it. We
You
walked
guys-
for miles and miles.
with our
Matt
coyote.
and I actually
coyote
did it
wolf.
in the 80s.
Yeah, we actually
Yeah,
did it in the 80s. What was wild?
did it in the
what
90s.
was wild is that we would have sleepovers back in PA.
Oh,
I never
yeah.
did the
And
sleepover thing.
We would wait and we're not talking just a small group of kids. We're talking like 7 to 10 kids, all in like the basements because there were always basements
Yep.
in the East Coast. When we would wait till we heard the parents' footsteps stop and go to bed, and then we'd hop out the basement, those really slender basement windows that were right at the top of the ceiling where you go, and we would walk for miles to a park and fly remote control planes,
You're like
remote
sell
control cars.
drugs.
We would
What?
do no, and we would
Kids selling drugs.
we
in
would
the 80s?
literally we'd have like crazy scare offs in the forest and stuff, and we would get back, make sure we got back before the sun would rise at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then we'd sleep till noon. The parents were like, "What?" And we did this all the time. Kids
I don't
can't
think we
get
ever
away with
did
this
that.
stuff today.
We did it. We went to Vegas one.
Yeah, I was
day.
about to say we did go to
the
Morongo.
Vegas
We'd
one.
skip.
No,
We'd
we're
skip
talking
high
about 8 or
school.
to
Yeah.
10 years
We'd skip
old
high
here.
school and go to
We were like
Morongo.
14, 15.
Yeah, we go to
We had one
Morongo.
older friend with a car who would take us to
Yeah.
Vegas,
Oh my
you know.
gosh.
And we'd go out there and gamble.
Well, that's the
and come
difference between
back.
LA and
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No,
How did they let you in?
South Philly.
I don't remember.
We
I mean, you just always looked 30?
got kicked out a few times, but we tried a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it
Andy's
worked.
always looked 30.
I always kind
He
of looked.
did. I mean,
yeah.
when he was 13, he was like,
Yeah.
He looked very old.
I remember when I was like 16, I saw Moto's brother in a club, and I was like, "Yo!" And that's what my friend's like much older brother.
Yeah, I'm sure.
my
I was out at a club. He was shocked. He was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" I was like
Wow.
16.
you grew
What
up
do you
too-
mean I run the place, bro?
It's my name.
I'm promoting tonight. I swear, it's probably
You
true.
grew up too too
Yeah.
quick. Like
Yeah, Andy
you,
did grow
you
up
were like 40 by the time you were 18. You're,
I
run down.
I digress.
yeah,
run down.
you're run down.
Run down.
It's been
You're
a tough
over it.
life,
Yeah.
man.
You did it all
get
too
started.
early.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
watched it.
So what's the Disneyland story?
Oh yeah.
So I don't think we talked about it last time. So we were
Don't worry about him. He doesn't remember.
we
a
were
lot.
at Disneyland. Oh, he hates the story. That's why.
Well, he also doesn't remember a lot. He's
Yeah. So we were at Disneyland,
Party a
and
lot.
I forgot, we were like 13, 14 years old with a crew of people. And we walked by a parking lot, and there's this like, those levers to let cars in and out.
Oh yeah, the gate, the
gate.
whatever this is, the parking structure things. Yeah.
So Andy tries to impress everyone. He's like,
My
I'm gonna-
girlfriend was
yeah.
there at the time.
Your
My, like,
girlfriend?
Who was this?
It was Ashley. You remember
Was it
Ashley?
Who? I don't remember Ashley.
Yeah. I think that was Ashley was there.
Well, let's hope it's her. 'cause
Who's
you just name
Ashley?
dropped someone.
No, I mean I know it was her, but I did at that time. I
What's
was
her
always
last-
in
what's her last
relationships with it. No, let's keep it going.
What's her address
Yeah.
right now?
Oh god.
Anyway.
Oh god.
So he tries.
Ooh.
This was before.
Amazon delivery.
There you go.
Nice.
Before you got into this whole American Ninja Warrior stuff, but
Yeah.
you were still into it. So Andy says he's gonna hurdle.
I don't know why. It just looked like something I could jump over.
And
See that right there, guys? I'm gonna jump it.
Yeah.
Most people go under to wait for it to go up. I'm going over.
Well, I don't think people even go. Yeah, they don't even go near it.
Andy, I wouldn't go over. Nobody goes over. That's right. That's why I'm doing it.
So Andy,
Except this guy.
Andy
Yeah.
steps back.
Well, let me say, I thought it was, they're usually weighted. Like the car pulls up, and when it pulls up, the weight of the vehicle is what triggers the
arm to lift.
Yes, yes.
This happened to be motion censored, and I didn't know that.
Are you sure, Ann? Because you've got some pretty big thighs.
Yeah.
Well, keep going.
So Andy just
Be a
starts.
small car. Small. Very compact.
He just starts running at it full
God.
speed.
Oh
And
Lord.
thinking he's gonna leap over. I kid you not, he went straight into it.
Oh my god.
Loudest explosion ever. Shatters into 50
No.
pieces.
No.
Like explodes.
Oh my God.
With
Pulverized
like
it.
he says it went up.
I thought it
think he
started.
just went
I
straight
thought it
into
started. Either way, yeah.
Oh.
Andy won.
Either the arm didn't lift or I forgot to jump.
Yeah.
One or the other, I
Like
don't know.
parking gate.
Like bad. And it's
Wow.
like 10 o'clock at night. Within
wow.
30 seconds,
Yeah.
Disneyland
Pops.
police are everywhere.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, this is peak Andy Disney fame. So we're telling the cops, he's a Disney star. He's a Disney star. Andy's on the floor bleeding.
I don't know.
I am. If you've seen Going to the Mat, it's a good one.
They don't care. They arrest him.
Yeah.
And he went to Disneyland jail.
Yeah.
And then your dad had to come bail him out of
Oh,
Disneyland
what?
jail.
My
Oh,
God.
my
Yo,
goodness.
you definitely haven't told this story because I haven't even heard this story, bro.
I think he
No.
has.
It was
I'm
the highlight
sorry.
of my childhood watching that. whole
Wow.
thing.
It was, yeah, it was a
Oh
thing.
my gosh. What was the bailout? Did you get your mugshot with ears or what
No,
happened?
they just let me go. It was
You
an
had to
accident.
pay a fine, I remember.
No, my dad coming out was the fine because he was in Encino. And this was in. We
It's
were
a
in
good hour and a half.
Yeah,
Did they keep you locked up?
You were in the security room.
Did they
No.
zip tie you?
No.
Did they
zip tie me? No.
Were you
But there are
threat
little-
to the public?
No, but there is a Mickey jail and there are bars and they're gold and they have little Mickey.
No.
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean he got interrogated?
Gold
Yeah.
bars.
Andy knows all the details.
Hello there,
Yeah.
pal.
Nickelodeon send you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Somebody broke the lever.
It's just me.
No,
You've
that was a
been
good
a
time.
naughty boy.
I
Pal.
think it was, I don't know if I was supposed to be in Disneyland. I think that was the real issue. Like I don't think I told my parents maybe. So when dad got called, that was like the
It was
real
bad.
slap on the wrist.
But it
We're
was
What were you guys doing there?
I know these guys.
I don't know what we were doing.
We did a bunch of strange stuff.
Were you guys? Did you go on rides, or were you just hanging out in the
This
Disney
was late
parking
at
lot?
night. I think it was like we went and then we were just walking
I think
around.
it closed.
Yeah, it was
What?
late.
You just
Yeah.
went to go hang out outside of
No,
Disneyland?
it was like
We were at Disneyland during the
Disneyland,
day,
right,
but it was
closed.
like late at
Okay.
night. We were
And
still
we
there.
were merlinglers. We would
Yeah.
sit on curbs.
I used to do that too.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Like, you
These
know.
guys used to sit on curbs?
I used to do
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
curbs were a thing.
Yeah.
Curbs
remember-
were a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore.
I don't think so either. Flagpole. We would eat
I don't
lunch
see
every
a lot
day.
of kids sitting on curbs
Yeah.
anymore.
Every day by the
They're on their
flagpole.
phones doing stuff.
They're on their phones.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even really have phones.
No. Isn't
We
that
had
crazy?
phones
Like
in like high
Snake.
school.
Remember
Like,
Snake, the
yeah.
game? The Nokia.
What was Snake? Oh,
Oh,
Yes!
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's
the old
really different.
Nokia phones? The ones that were they were the
Huge
greatest
ones?
phones. They were the greatest phones. They were indestructible.
It's gone downhill. Now we're just like attached to the phone.
I
You
know.
can't enjoy
Can't do
life.
anything. No.
I know.
Sad.
And there's an update every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And
It's so crazy.
It's the worst.
It's
I
so-
hate the passcodes and then the updating passcodes and the facial recognition. And now they've even dumbed us down more where now you don't even have to remember your passcodes because your phone saves everything. But God forbid, like your phone doesn't remember those passcodes.
Oh, forget it.
you're done.
You
Done.
gotta reset it. The whole thing.
You're literally
It's like 30 minutes.
you're gonna spend
process.
the next week, 2 weeks, just
Trying to
reorganizing
get into
your
places.
entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's such a, it is so.
So they have another app now.
Ugh.
It's called a password app, where they
Oh yeah,
it,
I saw
it
that.
generates a
Yeah.
random 20 like
It also saves your passwords.
and but it generates these random ones so no one can get in because to be honest, once your password is saved to Google, it's everywhere.
But
Oh,
are you
no.
ever
Or
gonna
the
remember
iCloud's
that
everywhere.
that 25? Like I always see this ridiculous passcode. I'm like,
Yeah.
how the hell am I ever supposed to?
Yeah.
Unless I save it and it remembers it,
I know.
there's no way.
And
It's
what
like,
is with this two-way authentication?
yeah,
Oh,
two-way
God.
authenticity.
Everything. And honestly, you wake up now. You know what I hate most?
Alarm
You wake
clocks, me too, Joe. So I remember that.
Oh gosh.
Up, no, you wake up with like this pressure. If you allow it to be,
You're
pressure
going
of,
to
like,
medical thing in this pressure in your chest. Now let me ask you something. My blood pressure is.
How's my pulse?
Yeah.
No, but
Does every pain running down my left arm mean my heart is stopping?
oh gosh, no. A lot of it's just indigestion up there. I noticed that when you get little pains.
Let me tell you
We'll
about
talk
let me
about
tell you
it.
about my
Yeah.
dietary
Yeah.
restrictions. here.
No, anyway, but I just hate the pressure if you let it of like waking up and you see your phone and then I usually turn it on silent at night, right? You turn off your Wi-Fi because they say you shouldn't sleep with it on, so I disconnect the Wi-Fi from
If
it.
he sleeps with a, just so you know, he sleeps with a Wi-Fi headset. Look, it looks like a
What?
Yeah,
oh, I got to
like
tell this story.
yeah.
I'm going to
Wait,
tell
wait,
the story.
what?
Let me-
Wait, you
hold
have
on.
like those
Let me
big
preface
ones?
this.
Oh.
Katie, hold on. Yeah, I got to say this. I got to say this.
That's great.
Katie,
do?
I got to say this story.
Blasting brown noise all night right in my head.
One of the
That's
best.
what you do. I see the
stories-
brown noise.
Yeah.
I love, dude.
This
brown
thing-
noise is
this
the.
thing covers your whole
This
face.
is yeah.
Where'd you get that?
I have a link for it.
Yeah.
He sent me a link because
It's heaven.
But wait,
I'm sleeping so well.
well, I got to say this story. This is one of the greatest things ever. I will use this in a movie one day. So nobody out there use this because this is so funny.
Nobody out there used this.
Yes.
You basically just told everybody
It's
to use
mine. You've heard it here first.
Not gonna matter, bro. Somebody just patented it. You
Whatever.
didn't say it yet.
It's so funny. Maybe I shouldn't say it now. No, I'll say it. Katie and we were at dinner and with Matt, our other friend Moto, and Moto sleepwalks. And
What?
yeah,
That
and
always fascinates me,
Yeah,
man.
our friend
Scary.
Moto.
I always
well,
thought he was sleepwalking a little bit last night. Just
that was a different story.
I'll
Because
have-
I
No,
assume
he's
sleepwalking
great.
like that scene from
Step
Step
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah,
That's what I assume it
that's
is
kind of
like.
no,
shoving the
that's what
pillows
it
in
is.
the ovens.
No,
and-
that's
He does stuff like
he
that.
does stuff like
He,
that. Yeah.
Tore up a whole rose bush
Yeah.
one night while
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah.
out of his
He
mind.
woke up
Yeah. Like he went and did gardening and came out bleeding with thorns everywhere.
Dude, we didn't even
What?
talk about the old Wellworth house. My college experience
Goodness.
was the overflow and piggybacking off of Navid, who went to UCLA and got a house in Westwood, and all of my good buddies moved into that house.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was the
like that.
cool. It was the.
I remember
Yeah.
this.
You were there.
I
dude.
went
It
there.
was so fun.
Oh
it was
my
like,
gosh.
No, you weren't there, but dude, it was. I don't know, it wasn't your vibe.
Oh my
for
gosh, I
that
remember.
era.
Wait a minute.
But-
Didn't you live across the street from Josh Brolin?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw him.
Yeah.
Those were the days when he was a heavy drinker. I
know
think.
you'd show up to our house.
He was always
I
drunk, wandering the street.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin showed up at your house drunk.
There
Yes.
was
Opened
a,
the door
yeah.
about looking for his dog.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
There was a few times where I would see him.
I was only there a couple times, and I even saw him wandering the street
Okay,
drunk.
first of all, let me say that Josh Brolin also is awesome. He also had a lot of demons and has since overcome them.
he's-
And now
he's
at
open about it.
I
Yeah.
know he is, and he's at a place that he's crushing it, and we love Josh Brolin because
Absolutely
I'm also
love it.
such a huge fan of his career and everything from Goonies to No Country to what he's doing now. Anyway, Thanos. No,
God's
honestly, I
sake,
do though.
the guy was
I love it because he's been slugging it out, and he talks about how he was like broke up until his
Oh, dude.
late 40s and like
Yep.
this whole thing, and then
Yep.
got No
He got a
Country and
resurgence.
revived. It
Yep.
was like awesome, and
Yep.
he's gotten his life together. Anyway,
No,
well, I hope
major
for him.
fan
But
of Josh Brolin. I'm not putting him down at all.
there
I'm
were
just saying
a
it was-
couple times where I came out and I saw this guy just beating the shit out of his truck,
Yeah, that was a weird night.
and it was Brolin because I guess he lost his keys and maybe got into a fight with and was taking it out on the inanimate truck.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
again, and I've said this many
Last
times.
time you
Anybody
talked
who
to me
gets through, anybody who gets through stuff like that in their life, I have major respect for.
So
No,
the
me
story.
too.
All right. So anyway, so Matt, our friend, sleepwalks, and
How's his wife deal with that?
I don't know. I think they
I
chain
feel
him.
for
They
it.
What a
chain-
woman.
They
kids.
chain him.
Yeah, they lock him up.
Really?
Yeah, they lock him up.
Those
at night.
Like Jack
Yes.
Nicholson in The Wolf.
Matt's
Listen,
cage.
Matt's,
They
Matt's,
chain him to the
Matt's-
radiator?
Matt's got a nice zoo. We could
Yeah,
ship
exactly.
him off to the
Matt's
zoo
got
if
the
he
right
gets too
idea.
out of control.
So we're at dinner and they're talking about Matt sleepwalking, and Navid says, "Yeah, Katie does that too. She talks in her sleep." And Katie goes, "No, Navid, I wasn't sleeping."
What?
It's my favorite story.
Oh my God.
And she's so sweet about it. She's like, "I wasn't asleep, Navid."
Wait.
She's sleep talking
Yeah.
again. I can't.
I'm always sleep
Let me
talking.
get my mask on. She's only sleep talking.
He's not asleep.
Oh my god.
She was just genuinely talking
She
to
was
you.
trying to ask her freaking fiance a question, you ignorant
I need my
prick.
mask. I need my mask. I can't.
So Navid,
Here
I
she
gotta
goes
save a
again,
lot of
sleep talking.
I gotta save a lot of lives tomorrow. Quit your jibber jabber. Oh my
That was so
gosh,
funny.
that's so funny.
You know, the only experience I have with that, and I'll let the person remain nameless, is I was dating this very lovely girl, but she decided to. She decided.
Who was it?
Who? She decided to cut out.
Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Matt, you just totally name dropped.
Jennifer Lopez.
Right,
No,
I know,
she
you're like-
just she
Might have heard
decided
of
she was
her.
going to cut out all. This is before I even knew about it too. She wasn't. I'll just say this: she was not from the United States of America, and so she was. She decided she wasn't going to eat. And this was. I mean, she was way ahead of the curve. This was like
Period.
a decade.
She wasn't going to eat. Period. She got
No, this
very
is like-
skinny and lightweight.
This is like a
started to
decade
fade.
It was a dead
plus
feather.
ago. This is a long time ago, and she was already frustrated with American products
Oh,
and
yeah.
decided she was
Okay.
going to cut
Well,
out.
we've talked a lot about that.
Yeah, to cut out all these things. But the problem was she was only eating a few things. And one night in her sleep, she decided to go on a rant about all the things she wanted to eat. She was like, chocolate, cupcakes. She was dead asleep. Yeah.
No.
Just ranting about candy. She wanted all these things, and it was really funny.
So I went and got them for her, and I fed them to her while she was asleep.
No, but it's a shot. It's
He's
this
like
shot.
choking. He's like throwing chocolate.
No, it's
in the
this-
mouth.
All right, more cupcakes, okay.
It's this shot.
Cupcakes. Ah.
It's this shot, right, where you hear
Yeah.
chocolate, cupcakes, and then I was just like, what did you?
Oh
and I'm
my
talking. I'm
God.
like, what did you?
Yeah.
What are you? Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
No, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I need cupcakes. And I was like, okay.
It's
right.
scary when
is.
you
I'll
see
go to
it.
Ralph's.
It is.
Like when Moto used to do his
It is.
crazy
It's interesting.
stuff, it was
It is
really
very interesting.
scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Wow. You wake up. Ah. Hey, Mono, get off me.
He would actually like walk around.
Must
the neighborhood.
destroy
That's
Navid.
wild.
Yeah,
Wow.
it-
That's
like,
something else.
it's-
Yeah.
But like he like tells us he like has slight memories of it, so he knew not to like walk in the street.
It's like
It's really bizarre. Yeah.
black.
It's like his brain gets stuck between
Where
REM and awake, and it's really
It's like
strange.
he's floating through clouds.
That's very
Then
odd.
he's taking shots with Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And he's floating through clouds. He's
How
rolling
long-
around in a
so
rose
you went to
bush.
UCLA for 4 years.
And then we had the house and we all lived together.
It's
so
so crazy.
We used to have
that was-
barbecues.
Those are the best.
I'm sure there's
They
some
were
good
wild.
times.
Best times.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
got coined Uncle Andy.
Oh, we don't want to talk about Uncle Andy.
Uncle
And then-
Andy.
Uncle Andy.
I don't know why.
Did he make you all sit on his lap?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Was this
all my
something
friends
very
sat on my
weird?
lap.
Was this really weird?
You're
stuff
weird, dude.
Going on here.
You guys were creep shows,
We
man.
work, yeah.
I wasn't Uncle
Nah.
Nab. He's Uncle Andy.
Why? He was your age or younger.
I was Aunt Navid. Ew, what?
Uncle Andy and Aunt Navid.
You guys are creeps. You guys are the weirdest. This is the weirdest episode we've ever done.
going on?
Friend
Oh my
That's
gosh.
great.
And then you went to Arkansas.
Yeah, after that was a tough day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Packing
it
up,
was
leaving that house.
sad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those
Wow.
were good times.
Oh my god,
I'm
dude.
sure.
They were
Oh,
so
I'm sure they
great.
were amazing times.
Dude.
It's crazy because like
You guys always had a good group too. Like there was nobody like
It's a
you have
good
your stories.
group.
Everyone's got stories, but it was
Unfortunately,
good crew. But but you guys were all good guys. You know.
it's crazy because like those like moments where we still get together, you still feel like you're back to being 8 years old when
Of
you're
course.
with
Yeah.
your boys. It's
That's
like that
so
same.
cool.
It's the only time you can be yourself.
I love
you're
that,
with your
man.
boys.
Yeah.
It's a
I
beautiful
know.
feeling. I'm glad we still get to share it. But
That is
you
rare.
guys still have it. Shaw,
Yeah,
Wag,
We have it.
absolutely.
We have
Yeah.
it. But you guys, it's unique that the whole group is still
Yeah.
kind of can
Still a lot,
reconvene.
a lot of people still together.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
That's really
actually.
cool. It's like the Avengers. Like whenever you guys want to get together, you can always call each other and go, guys, I think we need to assemble.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. Dun, dun, dun. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And then and you never lived there though, right? You stayed there a lot, right?
I would hang out.
Uncle Andy would show
I'd
up.
show up and leave.
Right when the
That's why I
college
was
girls
Uncle
were there,
Andy.
and Uncle
No.
Andy shows
You know,
up.
he'd buy them alcohol
Yeah.
and they couldn't get
Oh
it
my
because
God.
nobody questioned his age.
Ooh, the
my
freshmen are here. Uncle Andy's popping over.
I was the same age.
I
It
know.
wasn't
You're
like,
the worst.
but I always, for some reason, at that time, saw myself as like an older
Because
uncle.
you weren't the one in college. So
Yeah.
it was just you were Uncle Andy
so
that would show
funny.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
funny.
Hey guys, sorry, just coming from work.
Yeah,
Bought you some goodies.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, listen, you be stay strong out there. I'll be back.
But let's chat about your life.
Oh right, I know.
Yeah.
Come here. Tell me
They
what's
were,
going
they were
on.
really fun.
Finals week, I know it must be really tough for you guys.
I can't imagine doing that again.
I just don't. I don't know how we lived through it. I would
Yeah.
make it 2 days
No.
with the
No,
lifestyle.
No,
and
your
the,
body
like,
is when you're young, man. You're
Yeah.
turning over cells.
It's amazing.
I don't know how
Amazing.
that. I think about it now. I really don't know how we did it.
You would party till like 4 a.m. Meet you guys for basketball at 8 a.m.
Yeah, we
Like,
played
we would
full
just like
court.
No, I
full
remember.
court basketball the next morning.
Basketball
Like,
no.
we
for
just-
like 4 hours. We played full games.
And you could pull it
then-
off.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I did too at that age. You could definitely pull it off.
Awesome. That was a great time.
Now, if I don't sleep 9 hours, I can't.
I can't
I
function.
do
Me
it.
neither,
Like,
dude.
I'm
No,
done.
I know.
I also have to warm up my body before I run on a basketball cart, like a
I don't do-
Oldsmobile.
yeah.
Man, when I was
Then I can do
18
it, but
through
man.
20,
Gotta let this guy idle. For
Yeah, I can't. I guys totally. I can't. I gotta heat
when
up
I was,
everything.
when I was
before
18 through
anything.
20, I was on a show. I had a full-time job. I was actually full-time at USC. And then I was also working hard and playing hard because of my age. I was then going out
Yeah.
into the LA night scene as well. All throughout that time. I don't
Dude.
know how. Like I said, it would kill me now.
Yeah.
I would never be
do-
able to
I
do
go to
it.
the dry cleaners and I'm get home and I'm exhausted. Oh my gosh.
Home Goods,
Took me,
Marshalls.
yeah, 3 hours.
Home Goods is
Oh my
that
God.
tears you out.
That
does.
tears you
Right.
up.
Katie
It's-
has a panic attack every time.
Oh man, I mean,
know.
look, you can
God.
find there's some good
It's
finds.
great
That
stuff
in
there,
Costco.
but it's
I mean,
stressful.
jeez.
Wow, is it
There's
stressful?
people are
Try to do
everywhere.
home goods in
Everywhere.
Costco in the same day.
You
No,
can't. You
no
can't do
chance.
Home Goods in Costco. You
Oh,
never do a combo.
We're
ever.
so old
It's
now.
too much.
Oh
You
my
never do Home Goods Costco.
Way
ever.
too much.
Now you could sometimes do Home Good Marshalls because they're usually right next door to each
That's
other. 'cause
true,
they're owned by the
Joe.
same company.
You don't need
That's
to
true.
repark. You know what I
Right.
mean? You can just drop off the bags.
You basically bring the home goods stuff out, drop it out, you go to Marshalls.
And then I always
But don't leave it visible in the back seat anymore. Because,
I always
you
do
know.
the
You can't do that.
Costco and the gas tank fill up thing
Nice.
in the same
Yeah.
thing because it's right there.
Are the hot dogs still $1 or are they $3 now?
I went to Costco. No, they're still $1.
Yeah, the
'Cause they-
owner
the owner said
refused to change that.
Yeah,
he
we talked
refused to
about
change that. He said, "I don't care if there is no actual meat in these dogs.
Mhm.
We are not.
I don't
raising
care
the
if it's just a
prices."
bun.
Right.
You will charge $1.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no, he did.
something.
He literally
Have you
put his
seen
foot
those
down.
videos of the people that are getting this genetically modified fruit where they try to they
rubber?
open the banana and you literally can't break
My
the
problem is I
banana.
think
Yeah.
that's every piece of fruit now. I'm like, oh,
No,
this is
I
rubber.
get bananas that you know certain places if you get like organic ones you try to do it the right way they still break. But what is the deal with that? There's videos, several of them on social media where they're literally trying to break a banana and it's like bending like rubber.
It's all the Play-Doh.
How about the ones with the blueberries where they take? They're like literally rubber. They bounce them off. They're bouncing them off the table. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that,
Like
but-
some of them are really edible and nice, and you got one. You're like, and they boink, it's bouncing off
Wow.
the table.
It's scary. I mean, we're running away from nature with this
We
type
are.
of
Yeah,
stuff.
we
So it's a
are.
little bit scary. What are we doing?
I don't know what we're
What
don't
doing.
know.
are we doing?
We're just thinking
Yeah.
about profit. That's what
Well,
we're doing.
I have
That's
a
it.
medical
Pure profit.
medical question for
Oh,
you.
no.
Oh wow. Oh god.
How long does
Oh my
it take
gosh. Oh my gosh.
for this itch to go away? No,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
kidding. I have a theory that people.
With hemorrhoids, shouldn't
Yeah.
remove them because they just grow back, right?
Hemorrhoids do come back.
They do.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
shame.
I've actually had
gosh.
several friends,
Yeah,
being an
surgery-
athlete and
surgery
stuff.
is like not that great. I mean, people. I get it when it's massive. When I don't know
Right.
if we need to have this conversation.
No,
but you can get like
Massive.
that's a
ones.
different conversation. But normal hemorrhoids.
When they look, it almost
Yeah,
looks like a baboon in heat.
yeah, it's scary. When
Yeah.
you see some of these bad ones, it's scary. Those
What?
ones for sure.
Yeah.
But like a normal hemorrhoid, it's not worth it.
No.
A baboon and like
Oh,
you see
yeah.
how swollen they
These
get?
things get.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Speaking of weird things I've seen in my life, like, whew,
Wow.
Hemis.
yeah.
Oh, some are like
Usually
wild.
they're just little ones.
Yeah,
some of them,
usually they're
some
no
of
big
them
deal.
outside, some of them are inside, right? And
Yeah.
then, but I've had friends that like
what are
go,
we talking about?
I've got to get them cut out, and they've gotten them cut out, and they were in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And then they healed, and then literally like 3 months later they have them again.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't
like,
get
I'd rather just manage it, you know?
Not
Because I
worth
think
it.
all athletes and people that work out, I've been physical my whole life
Oh
and
my
everything.
gosh,
No,
Joe!
I
Here
have.
Joe goes.
No,
Joe
no,
goes.
but I've
Next
been
thing you know,
thinking
he's
my
gonna
whole
be
life, right?
pantless, spreading
check
his
this
cheeks.
thing.
Yeah,
What is-
but
guys,
these are
close
normal,
up,
right?
let's
These are normal,
Guys,
right?
close up on this one.
Yeah.
What does this look like to
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Wow,
No,
I've
but,
never seen it from this
You
angle.
know those things in school, the 4 iron balls that would, when you hit one ball, the other
Yeah.
one would go?
Yeah.
That's kind of what Joe does with his Hemis.
What?
What a terrible visual.
What?
Why?
You guys are the worst.
Look at this.
Not what I
I
do.
can transfer the energy from the first Hemi to the 5th Hemi without moving the center 2 Hemis.
Oh my god, you're such a. I literally can't stand you. You're the worst. But
Wow,
no, but-
Joe, I
yeah.
didn't really ever need to see that in my
Yeah.
life, but
Doesn't matter. My doctor will see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And I
Sending
get
me
it.
pictures every
I
day.
will. I will. Look at this. Is this
How's
normal?
it looking?
Ding. Good morning, Navid.
Oh god.
I just wanted to see the difference between the morning and evening.
Oh, my
here's
God.
2 side by sides.
This one's in vivid cool
Yeah.
with a little more contrast.
And this one, if it looks odd, it's because it's got the sepia. Now, text me before your first shift.
oh god.
I was going to say, I have this whole the theory that I wanted to talk about before I was so oddly interrupted. I think people are, the whole thing about magnesium and they're like mineral deficient. I think it's because they're not drinking spring water. I think
Pumpkin seeds, by the way, are an
Wow.
amazing source of magnesium.
I think because the water people are drinking is so dead that's why
That's very
there's a
true.
huge lack of minerals and in people's diets now. What do you
Get a
think
lot of
about
minerals
this?
from Celtic sea salt.
Because I don't take magnesium, and I could sleep like 12, 13 hours, no problem. And I drink a lot of spring water.
I think here's what people are forgetting is that
Well, let's ask the
it's
doctor.
not
I
just
prefer you guys figuring this one out.
it's just not the
What's your medical opinion
Yeah.
on the record? No, I'm kidding.
it's just not the consumption of calories. Okay, there's an energy transfer from the life in one cell to a life in your cell, and people don't understand
Into
that.
the film Life Aquatic.
So yes,
all
when you're
related.
drinking water that is essentially dead, that means it's been vaporized and they're collecting the steam, or they've boiled it, or whatever they've done to it. It's a form of of processing, and as we know, anything processed kills it.
Yeah.
So when you do that, when they do that with milk,
Yeah.
the
Pasteurization.
pasteurization
Over-pasteurization.
of milk
You need some of it. but-
kills the milk. It kills everything that you would gain from it. The same thing with water. It's the same thing with food. That's why people don't realize it. But have you seen? I think I've talked
People are
about
doing
this.
it.
Have you seen this
Not
study?
listening, so we can have our own conversation.
Have you seen the study where I think it was a Japanese scientist. He had the petri dishes, and he would speak love to one petri dish, speak hate
Yes,
to another
yes,
petri.
yes.
I told this story,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Well, it's
Then
clear
he
that
had the bonsai tree,
it's
right?
clear.
And that one grew into something,
Yes,
right?
it's clear that the reason why and not just because I believe it's also a good thing to do, but before I eat, I always give thanks and always thank the food
Yes.
and to nourish my body, thank the hands that made
Made
it,
the food.
all
right?
that kind of stuff, because there is real proof, not just in the religious aspect, not in the universe aspect of it, not just in the scientific aspect of it. All around there is proof that when you speak energy to anything,
Well, energy's
plants, when you play classical music for plants, they grow better than other music.
Yep.
That's why they pump in music for certain cows to flavor the cheese that they make out of their milk. It's very specific. Energy is definitely transferred to food, to things you eat, to anything. Between any two things, there's a transfer of energy. So when people, that's why I think you might be right, Andy. It's a long story.
I was
say
about
that
to
you're
say,
right.
my God,
Because I do believe
finally arrived.
that there is an energy transfer that people are forgetting between the food itself and you. And if the food's dead or processed, you're not getting it. If the water's dead or processed, you're not getting it.
Yeah, you're
and that's just a fact. I think.
I don't disagree.
Anyway,
But how
that's
do
my
you
2
feel, Doc?
cents.
It's tough to follow that one up, I will say. But no, I mean, the one thing I'll say about electrolytes is be careful. A lot of people know that it's a fad right now, so they're advertising electrolyte products that actually have like nothing in
Yeah,
it.
for
It's just
sure.
Sugar, so just be careful.
Yeah.
I
That's
totally
all
agree with
have to say
that.
to
No, I totally agree with that.
Here's some just some fun facts about spring water. Fun facts about spring water. Ready,
All right.
guys?
Go for it, Ann. Take it away.
All right. Spring water has been around since the beginning of Earth, and the water in your spring water bottle may be the same water that a dinosaur drank.
Wow.
Very true.
Isn't that cool?
That's
So you
really
may
cool.
be consuming the same water
So cool.
that a dinosaur. Okay, quantity.
That a dinosaur drank and pissed out hundreds of millions of years
Dinosaur
ago.
pee. There's more spring water underground than on the surface of the Earth.
That's awesome.
Springs can form in any type of rock, and it can take tens to hundreds of thousands of years for them to form. Now, the quality of spring water depends on the quality of the water that recharges the aquifer, the type of rock, the rate of flow, and the length of flow path. Minerals. Spring water is rich in minerals because it flows through soil, sedimentary rocks, and other natural mineral sources. That's why
awesome.
spring water is so healthy, can help with hydration, health, and digestion.
I like to drink spring water. I definitely drink it as much as I can. That's what I drink most of the time.
You got to.
Usually out of glass bottles, obviously. But
Distilled water, by the way, you'll actually, I think we've said this, but
You'll
you will
dehydrate.
slowly dehydrate
Yeah.
over time to the
Yeah.
point where you will become unhealthy.
And I hate to call it out, but Dasani is owned by Coke.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not
Dasani's
sure-
tap, it's boiled tap water.
Isn't it,
guys.
or is it Aquafina that's owned by
Dasani.
Coke? Dasani's owned by
Dasani.
Coke.
But Aquafina
That's-
is, I think, as well.
Yeah, well, that's
They're all
why
owned.
when you
They're
go
all
in,
owned by-
They're all owned.
Yeah.
and here's the crazy part. That's why they have a monopoly, and that's why when you walk into malls
Airports?
or airports, that's why the
Crazy.
majority of the water. In fact, some airports
That is odd.
It's illegal to have not illegal, but it's banned to have anything
Yeah.
else because they have a monopoly over the water.
It's ridiculous. You can't actually
crazy.
find a bottle of Evian or Fiji or any other, even Poland Springs, anything but the Coca-Cola products in the airport. It's kind of amazing.
It's wild stuff.
Business,
It is business.
capitalism.
Big
Yep.
business.
They went after it.
Yep. Wow.
Big But you know what though? I think you know what it is. I think capitalism actually needs to adapt because I don't think capitalism in itself needs to change, but I think capitalism in itself could change and adapt and become better. Why can't we be a capitalistic society but also want what's best for people? I think there can be both.
That's why we have to be for capitalism against monopolies.
There you go.
Monopolies are what
There you
destroys
go.
society.
There you go.
So that's
100% correct. Somehow
you need
we've walked.
innovation, but you can't have someone who owns everything, does anything they want.
Amen. to
So
that.
true. And
Amen to
how
that.
there used to be laws against that, but somehow we've walked into like the monopoly capital of
I know.
forever.
I know.
It's crazy what's happening right now.
Scary. And
Yeah.
you don't even know some of the people on top. Like, you
I
don't
know.
know how far this thing goes. So it's scary, but
It is scary.
we're in a tough place.
Well,
You would
let's
say that,
end it
right?
on this here. You're a doctor. What is the one most valuable piece of medical advice you could give? Wear sunscreen.
No.
No.
What?
It's a song. It's the song.
Uh,
Wear sun. You guys.
What song is that?
I was gonna say watch Mistletoe Mishap too coming out this winter.
Great plug. Great
Wow.
plug.
We got a Christmas movie
Yeah.
coming out in
We
a
do
few
have
months.
a Christmas movie coming
Number
out.
one was so good. We've watched it 12 times.
Thank you
So
very
we're
much.
ready
Oh,
for number
dude,
two.
that's so
number
nice,
three,
man.
number
There
four,
you
number
go. We're gonna
five.
keep going.
Hopefully.
That's
It's
the
called
franchise.
Merry Christmas. This one. It's called
Uh,
Merry Christmas. So keep an eye out. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll
coming
do an
out soon.
episode about that.
Yeah,
Coming
we're
out
doing an
soon.
episode.
Everyone,
Yeah.
that's the watch number one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mistletoe
This
Mix
is-
Up
this
number
is
one.
the
Where's
big
that one on?
I know it's out there. It's on
It's out there.
Amazon.
Buy
and
it.
stuff.
Just buy it and
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
be
Just buy
watching it. That's what I do
You're
the
every
best.
night.
I know
I
why
do
this
that
guy's your
too.
best friend. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's a
Yeah.
good buddy.
He is.
We've been through it, man.
He's a good buddy. He's a
Thick
good
and
man. He's a
thin.
good doctor.
Yeah.
He's a good
Watch
doctor.
You know what? I got a funny story about that.
It's a
actually.
house of learned doctors.
So my
That's
mom
their
was
brother.
using my Amazon account
Uh-huh.
last season, and I could tell she was watching Mistletoe Mix. But then I would open my Amazon account with other people, like friends, and of course it looks like I'm watching my own movie
Oh my
over and
God.
over again because it's right there on the homepage. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I share my account with my mother.
Why are you binging your own movie?
Yeah,
I
so
love me.
weird.
Classic.
I
I have to keep
love me.
rewatching it.
I tell you something, I haven't been this good in a film in a long time. That's
So
funny stuff.
funny, yeah.
That is funny.
No, but I've watched all of your stuff, and that actually was my favorite one.
All right,
That is
Yeah.
so
There you
cool.
go. I
That was
like
a
it.
good one, so-
Well, we do have the sequel coming out, and it's actually, in my opinion, I think it's funnier.
I think it
really
is funnier.
Should we watch it now?
Let's do it.
Let's do it,
Get a
man.
projector. Let's
You
We
do
can
it.
have a little watch
I
party.
used to have parties, and Navid always gave me crap because I would have parties, and I'd text him like big party at my place, and he would show up. It would just be me and him.
Literally Andy.
That's so
Andy would
funny.
send mass invites.
Yeah.
Like it would look like a mass invite saying massive party New Year's Eve. I'd show up at 11 o'clock. It's Andy and a guitar in the kitchen alone.
Perfect.
It's
I
just
just wanted
me.
I just wanted some good quality time with my best bud.
God.
What did I say
That's
last
funny.
night? You were like, what did you say?
This
Like,
is the most
yeah.
Andy text possible because you guys don't know him that I do in this way. He texts our group saying, 3 is a party, 4 is a crowd. Let's keep the numbers small.
Oh my God.
So messed up.
Three's a party, four's a
Oh
crowd.
my God, that's funny.
true. Yeah,
bro. That's
I like
funny.
I don't know why. I just like we don't need much.
Well,
Intimacy.
Don't need
enduring
much.
friendship is really one of the most valuable things.
It
in the whole
sure
world.
is, man.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really
It
is.
is.
And when
It-
you have a friend that you can, that no matter what, if 2 weeks goes by, if 2 months goes by, if a year goes by, and you call them and you talk to them, and you pick up the pieces, and there's no time left at all. And that's really the value of
That's
best
true.
friends. You know,
Yeah, no time has passed at all, and
Yeah.
that's it. Really is that those type of relationships
are the ones
are
the ones that
yeah.
last and endure time, no matter what, the
Matt,
highs
for
and
sure.
lows.
Matt's
Matt's been
gum.
playing with that piece
Big
of gum
gum
for
the whole time.
54 minutes.
all over his fingers.
And, yeah, and to the point now where I'm just
He's
gonna
gonna
wait
he's got
until.
he's like, and that's why I just.
No, it's literally I gotta wait until I can go wash it off.
I
'cause
don't know
it's-
why it's so gross.
Well, I didn't chew and chomp on it into the mic, did
Well,
I?
I guess all of our listeners out there appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could
Okay.
do one for the bros and not have gunky gum all over your fingers.
It's all over
What,
the place.
this
He's shaking
bothers you?
everybody's
Ed?
hands.
This bothers you? Huh?
Oh my God!
He's under the table. He's sticking it under his own
Hey,
table.
what the hell, Matt? You turned this into a 1984 Pizza Hut table.
so good.
You know, everybody put their
Oh
gum.
my God! Remember that?
Oh, you used to reach on the table. You're
Oh
like,
my gosh!
Oh, yeah, here's a fun
Well,
fact.
what about the New York subways? This is
Yeah.
it's still
I
kind
know,
of
supposedly.
everywhere on
I
the
mean,
railings.
they
dude.
made fun of it in
Everywhere.
Elf.
Oh, I was about to say I don't know if this is true, but supposedly that wasn't staged. So I don't know if they.
No, that was real gum.
Yeah, I don't know if they.
He really
put,
did that.
like-
He really picked off people.
I think he really did that.
That's a real fact.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they like put the gum there.
No,
maybe
they
they're
did
adding
not.
It, but I know a lot of that stuff in Elf was just guerrilla shot without
Guerrilla.
permits and stuff.
They
Yeah.
did do that. Right?
And so I think that
I've seen an
scene was-
interview
I
with
find that
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he actually did
There's
real.
no-
people's
they didn't
gum.
put fake gum on top of
No.
the real
don't
gum.
think so.
No.
Maybe they did, but I don't know.
That's not what I heard.
But we can let the legend grow that he just ate.
Let the
Real
legend
people.
Random-
grow. Let
random
the
gum.
legend grow.
I've got something. I can admit this to you guys. I've never admit this.
All right, admit it now, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
I was on a
Before-
date, and
Oh, that's great. Well,
I was
everybody's
very-
had one, so that's perfect.
I was young. I must have been like 14 or 15. I was on a date, and I was
what
like,
are those what are they called? Toulousesies? What are they? Toulousesies? The dates. Delicious dates.
Medjool.
Oh yeah, that's
to
it.
Susie's.
I don't know.
Oh, you're doing a wordplay like I did earlier.
Yeah.
Way to bring it around, man.
Medjools.
Full circle. I love it.
Mid-Jules.
Medjools.
The great date.
You like
That's
dates?
not what I meant.
I'm a
I
big
meant a
date
date
guy.
actually with like
You're a
a
big date
female.
guy?
I'm not a big date guy.
Oh,
No.
Dates are wonderful.
Oh, God.
Medjools, I mean, the actual
Medjools,
dates themselves.
yes.
Anyway, it's the only
Oh,
sweet I can
gosh.
eat right now. Anyway, let me finish my
Oh,
story, guys. Let me get out of here. All right. So I was
We're
on a
already
date,
out of here. We
and I
just
was
are hanging in
super
here for your
nervous.
story.
and I was super worried that I had bad breath, and I found a piece of gum under the table.
You did not.
No,
No.
no.
I was like, well, this is an emergency situation. I gotta go
that's
for it.
so
No.
weird, dude.
That is.
Not so
the coyote in
yeah,
it was
like,
there from the
you
beginning.
cured-
Like, dude, from the
you
beginning.
cured the bad breath, but what else are you going to spread?
I
Like
know.
what?
I
were
don't
you
know.
not
I wasn't thinking that
ahead?
far. No, I wasn't thinking far.
It's
I was
still
thinking
minty?
this is an emergency.
Still smell it. It's got a little mint left in
Yep.
it. Mhm.
Ooh, a little piece of chew in there. What
It
is
was
that?
kind of fresh. It was kind of
Oh,
fresh.
no.
Oh my
That is
God!
really
Honestly,
disgusting.
bro, that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I had
Wow.
to tell
You
you.
know,
I had to get it off my
apologize.
chest.
I apologize to all of you out there for having to hear that story on our way out. That's disgusting. That's literally
Hey,
vulgar.
you know, sometimes you got to do what you
Wow.
got to do.
Everybody, welcome. Thank you.
And by the
for
way,
listening.
Yeah.
cavities are contagious. So
So long.
He won't stop talking
Yep.
this time.
He won't
What is
stop.
the deal?
I know. He's made it his new thing.
Oh no.
no,
Back-
it's this new chair. It's this new seating arrangement.
Andy's chair. Well, you got to
my
do Andy when you
chair.
sit in that chair.
Well, okay, everybody. We'll take a break.
Pleasant.
Thank you so much for calling in.
It's pleasant, actually.
Andy talks like
I know.
this.
He
You
does.
really see
Soothing.
this
Does he
in
ever
his
give you the
Remember
Johnny
during the
Depp?
dinner last night when we were talking about how like I had to do we had to talk about how I had to be vaccinated because I'm a doctor.
Oh,
and then
yes.
how a colleague had to be vaccinated because it was hospital policy, and then he goes, "I had to be vaccinated too because I'm an actor."
I mean, I'm obviously kidding, but it was a good.
No, it's true. and I'll tell
This
you
is the best
why.
one. Matt has my back about. I was kidding, but Matt's like, nope, it is true.
No, because I
Us
had to do the
actors
same thing.
Must be
Do
vaccinated.
you know why? Because during the COVID pandemic, they put these categories where you could be on set and not be vaccinated, but not as an actor because crew could leave their masks on, but an actor, obviously in front of the camera, has to take a mask off.
But Andy
So
did
you
go
were
into his
forced.
brood.
The way you said it,
He's
Yeah.
brilliant. old.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Truth
I'm an
be
actor.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Exactly. That's what you gotta always say. It's just the greatest thing. It's like you're saying you're the president of the United States, but you're a jester.
I know what it's like to
Court-
save people on
yeah.
television.
Yeah.
So I feel your pain.
I played.
I mean,
a
I'm not an
actor.
actor, but I played one on TV.
Yes, we both saved many, many, many people.
Many, 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 many. people.
But he does get this weird. He did.
He
He
comes
did it
out.
earlier today.
Yeah,
He
he
gets
comes
this
out.
thing. He does this little purse with his lips.
So, let me just
That's right. That's what he does.
take it.
And everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
he's
Everybody loves
never
it.
done it in the history of our friendship.
Everybody-
until this podcast.
Yeah.
Now he does
Oh, he's doing it all the time.
Now it's his
Everybody
thing.
loves it
It's his
Everybody
catchphrase.
because he's gotten a lot of feedback,
Yeah.
but they love it.
He's reading all the comments. I
He's-
love
he-
your fans, by the way. Very nice people.
They are very nice people, but that's what
Really
he
nice
does. He
comments.
reads all of his comments. He's like,
Sure.
"Wow, they're loving me."
I don't think I really have ever read any comments. I hear you. That's better for engagement, though, is to read and respond. But I just don't have the
That's the only reason why he's doing it.
time to.
You know, I don't want to do it. I just heard.
I don't want to interact with my
but
fans.
I
but I
have
have
No, I
to.
do.
Thanks for the love.
I would like to interact.
Andy just picked up another follower.
I would like. No, you know what? Hey, man, it's all about
This
a
one's
village.
in the basket. Look at this one. I
That's
sent her a
so
little heart
terrible.
emoji. She's gonna follow me.
Well, that's the thing. Is I only want to communicate.
Tell your
if-
friends.
if it's authentic communication.
I know. I feel.
can't-
Dude,
No,
I have
you're
a tough
right.
time
Some
playing
people
the game,
actually
too.
just do that
It's hard
I have a
because
tough
they
time
want
playing the
to.
game.
Some. I mean, I think I have
Get
before,
big numbers,
but I don't
but-
have time.
Every now and then. You know what I love, and I'll just go on this. I love. Thank you so much for everybody out there that makes those compilation videos for us.
Oh,
Yes.
that is
that
so
puts
cool.
together all the clips.
I know,
like,
Melissa.
of-
Thank
of
you.
when we were kids, and then you put together with like the new stuff, and you blend together.
Amy's out there
Yes,
doing it.
Yeah.
yes, you blend
Yep.
together like the social media stuff that we do as brothers.
It's like Lawrence
with
Bros.
our
90s or
Lawrence
something.
Bros.
It's really
90s
cool. Yeah.
with our
No,
with,
we have the
it's
really great
coolest
fans.
most amazing
Like,
fans.
I'll tell you who
Kiss
appreciates
them all,
those.
Right? There's a
Kiss Mania or whatever.
Kiss
Yeah,
Mania.
I'll tell you who actually my mother. I get to send those to our mom.
Oh, she
and
freaks out.
they're like the greatest home videos ever.
also for
Because-
us too. Like
oh, they're the coolest things.
rediscovering some of those moments.
I know.
I just don't
Somebody
remember
was sending
them.
around
or-
that Entertainment Tonight video where where they were interviewing. It was like the beginning of like the Blossom success, and they were interviewing Matt and sort of like what he thought of my success and why he was now doing it. And then they interviewed Andy, and they asked if Andy was my inspiration, and Matt gave the most brilliant answer. He was such a great brother. He was like, "Well, I saw my brother do it, and he sort of paved the way, and it just made sense." And da-da-da-da-da. So that's where you got your inspiration. Oh, definitely from Joey for sure. And then they cut to Andy, and we'll end on this. Andy's sitting there, and he's probably 3 or 4,
Maybe, yeah.
And he's sitting there. He was 92, so he was 4. And he's sitting there, and he's like this, literally.
I'm like, so did you
chair.
get inspired by your brothers as well, Andy?
No. And they're like, "Oh, why did you know you wanted to do this?" And he goes, "What was your inspiration?" I swear to God, man, he's totally not into this.
Yeah, he's like,
goes, Batman. They're like, what? He's like, Batman wanted me to do it.
Batman.
Yeah.
That was his inspiration.
That was his
You've told this story
response.
before. It's very anticlimactic.
It's the
story,
greatest
really.
story ever, though.
Not
Sounds
really.
like you.
But
It's
they
not a
took
good
this
story.
clip and they put it into like a larger clip. And I
Yeah.
was just watching the other day, and
I
it
love
makes
when they
me,
do that.
it warms my heart
No,
so
they'll
much.
even
So thank
find
you so
stuff
much.
that I haven't seen.
In years.
No, maybe ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's so
Like
cool.
Macy's Day
And
Parade
I
stuff
really
off the cuff.
appreciate it. Yeah.
The More You Know videos that we did for NBC that we've
So
never
cool.
seen.
I think that's
anyway,
so
really
cool.
cool stuff. So thank you. God bless
Yeah.
you guys. Dude, thanks for being here, everybody.
Navid, love you, bro.
Great doctor. Thank you,
You guys
for
want to
dedicating
give
your
me a
life
nice
to
high
helping
five?
Oh, no, I'm good on that.
Yeah,
one.
anybody?
Yeah,
Anybody?
I'm good on that.
No?
Meet
Okay.
you out in the golf course.
Absolutely.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Let's
I'm the
do
worst
it.
golfer, by the way. The worst.
Your fans gave me the biggest celebration when I got my first hole-in-one recently. That's why I love your fans.
Hey!
Katie
You
didn't
guys
care.
got a
But,
hole-in-one, really?
Yeah, Katie didn't care, but your fans are.
That's so
cheering me
cool.
on. I
We have the
love
best
it.
fans
Best
ever.
fans.
That's you
Love you
guys out
guys.
there. God bless. See you next week right here in the Brotherly Love Pod. Everybody have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? The
Lawrence brothers are here.
Thank you so much for enjoying this week's episode of the Brotherly Love Pod.
And if you want more of this show, check out our premium feed on Supercast.
That's right, where you'll see ad-free episodes, monthly AMAs, behind-the-scene content, and so much more.
That's brotherlylove.supercast.com to join.
Check out our link tree and subscribe on all platforms.
We'll see you all
Next week!